The Nikon Z4 is not being talked about as just another addition to a camera lineup. It's being framed as a radical shift in how we think about full-frame photography. Instead of following decades of traditional camera design, this rumored model represents a bold departure, almost like a design rebellion against everything that has defined mirrorless and DSLR bodies until now. For years, full-frame cameras have been associated with size, weight, and a certain professional look. The Nikon Z4, however, is rumored to challenge all of that by placing a full-frame sensor long considered the gold standard of image quality into a body that deliberately avoids looking like a conventional camera. It signals a future where performance is no longer tied to bulk, and where portability becomes just as important as power. This idea of a stealth full-frame camera is what makes the Nikon Z4 so intriguing. Instead of being something you carry in a dedicated camera bag, it's imagined as a device you can slip into a jacket pocket and take anywhere without drawing attention. That shift alone could redefine how people approach photography, especially in genres like street photography where discretion matters. By removing the visual cues that typically identify a camera, such as the prominent electronic viewfinder hump, the Nikon Z4 adopts a cleaner, more minimal aesthetic. It's less about looking like a professional tool and more about blending into everyday life, allowing creators to capture moments more naturally. The origins of the Nikon Z4 concept can be traced back to a series of unusual patent filings that surfaced around 2023. At the time, these designs puzzled many industry observers. The sketches showed a full-frame camera body stripped of many familiar elements. There were no front dials, no clusters of buttons on the back, and most surprisingly, no electronic viewfinder at all. For a brand like Nikon, known for its traditional approach to camera design, this was unexpected. Many dismissed the patents as experimental ideas that might never reach the market. However, as time went on and more leaks began to appear, it became clear that these concepts were evolving into something real. By early 2026, the Nikon Z4 had become one of the most talked about rumored cameras in the community. It is now widely believed to represent Nikon's iCamera concept, a new type of device designed to bridge the gap between classic photography and modern, app-driven workflows. This approach reflects a deeper understanding of how younger creators interact with technology. Instead of relying heavily on physical controls, the Nikon Z4 is expected to embrace touchscreen functionality and seamless integration with mobile devices, making it feel more like an extension of a smartphone rather than a traditional camera. In terms of physical design, the Nikon Z4 is rumored to be remarkably compact for a full-frame camera. Reports suggest dimensions around 63mm by 129mm by 96mm, with a weight of approximately 565 grams. To put that into perspective, this places it close to the size of an APS-C camera like the Nikon Z50, which is significantly smaller than most full-frame models. Achieving this level of compactness required some bold decisions, including the removal of the EVF hump. The result is a rangefinder-style body that looks sleek, minimal, and highly portable. Instead of a traditional viewfinder, the rear of the Nikon Z4 is dominated by a high-resolution articulating touchscreen. This design choice aligns with modern shooting habits, where many users are already comfortable composing shots using a screen. It also allows for greater flexibility when shooting from different angles, which is particularly useful for vloggers and content creators. Interestingly, Nikon hasn't completely abandoned physical feedback. On top of the camera, there is rumored to be a small secondary status display, reminiscent of classic film cameras. This display provides essential exposure information at a glance, offering a subtle blend of old-school inspiration and modern functionality. Despite its minimalist exterior, the Nikon Z4 is expected to deliver impressive performance internally. It is rumored to feature a 24.3 megapixel full-frame sensor, likely based on the same reliable platform used in the Nikon Z5. However, improvements in thermal management could enhance overall efficiency and performance. The real highlight, though, is the rumored inclusion of the X-Speed 7 image processor. This is a significant upgrade, as it brings advanced autofocus capabilities, including subject detection and 3D tracking, from higher-end models like the Z8 and Z9 into a much more affordable camera. Performance-wise, the Nikon Z4 is expected to offer burst shooting speeds in the range of 8 to 11 frames per second. While this may not compete with flagship sports cameras, it is more than sufficient for street photography, lifestyle shooting, and everyday use. Video capabilities are also expected to be a key focus. With 4K recording and improved autofocus algorithms, the Nikon Z4 is clearly targeting creators who want a compact device for both photography and video. This makes it especially appealing for vloggers who prioritize portability without sacrificing quality. Of course, achieving a lower price point requires compromises. To keep the Nikon Z4 within an estimated range of $700 to $1,200, Nikon is rumored to have removed certain features typically found in higher-end models. The absence of an electronic viewfinder is one such decision, but perhaps more significant is the lack of in-body image stabilization IBIS. This could be seen as a drawback, especially for users accustomed to stabilized sensors. However, Nikon appears to have a strategy in place. Alongside the Nikon Z4, the company is expected to introduce compact VR lenses that include optical stabilization. By shifting stabilization into the lenses, Nikon can maintain a slimmer camera body while still offering stable shooting performance. To fully appreciate the significance of the Nikon Z4, it helps to compare it with the Nikon Z5. When the Z5 was released, it was positioned as an entry-level full-frame camera designed to make the format more accessible. It featured a traditional design, complete with an EVF, dual card slots, and a robust build. While it was a solid and reliable camera, it didn't generate much excitement. Its older processor limited autofocus performance, and it felt more like a safe, conservative choice. Ultimately, the excitement surrounding the Nikon Z4 comes from its potential to redefine expectations. It challenges the idea that a camera needs to look or function a certain way to be taken seriously. By embracing minimalism, portability, and modern workflows, it opens the door to a new generation of creators. Whether it succeeds or not will depend on how well it delivers on these promises, but one thing is certain: the Nikon Z4 has already sparked a conversation that could shape the future of photography.